2020 was a crazy year, and more so than ever, video games provided a much-needed escape. And while there were many delays throughout 2020, this year also brought with it some of the greatest games of all time. Here we take a look at our top 5 games of 2020.
Number 5.
While this game was not featured on the channel this year, it does not go without notice. As far as remakes go, you would be hard-pressed to find one that comes close to the polish and detail that Vicarious Visions poured into this game. Featuring all the levels of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, but with the option to include updated gameplay elements from future installments in the series, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 leaves little to be desired. Beautiful graphics, solid 60 FPS gameplay, and a discounted price to boot really makes this game an easy choice. Yes, obviously this game is pandering to those of us who grew up with the original, but even without the nostalgia, this game holds its own. If you've never played a Tony Hawk game before, I highly recommend it.
Number 4.
Animal Crossing New Horizons was there for us when the rest of the world wasn't. Released in the middle of a global pandemic, Animal Crossing was the escape we needed to a simple, peaceful existence filled with debt and drama. New Horizons is as cute as ever and brings with it more island customization than ever featured before in an Animal Crossing game. And while I have some complaints about the game changing some mechanics and removing some features which were prominent in prior Animal Crossing games, its minimalistic and cheerful demeanor simply cannot be ignored. It was much appreciated during dark times.
Number 3.
Naughty Dog's much anticipated and highly controversial sequel to the greatly acclaimed The Last of Us did not disappoint. I feel like The Last of Us Part 2 improves over its predecessor in every way imaginable. This game is one of the most draining, soul-sucking forms of entertainment media that I have ever had the pleasure to consume. By the time the credits rolled, I felt nothing left inside. I was a void. And I mean that in the best possible way. Without spoiling too much, The Last of Us Part 2 goes a long way to showcase that there are always at least 2 sides to a story. And so many times, things are not as black and white as they might seem. Even our heroes have a dark side. My mind kept dwelling on the game for weeks to come after the credits rolled.
Number 2.
Earlier in this video, I said you would be hard-pressed to find a remake which tops Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2's quality and attention to detail. But I never said it wasn't possible. To say that the Demon's Souls PS5 remake is remarkable would be an understatement. It was developed by Bluepoint Studios on behalf of Sony instead of FromSoft themselves. And believe me when I say that you cannot tell the difference. You already know how much of a soft spot we have on this channel for FromSoft games, so it is no surprise to find this game sitting so high on our list. Demon's Souls was my first foray into the Souls series, and I always felt that Demon's Souls had a certain sincerity to it, a certain organic feel to the atmosphere, which some of the future titles lack. And I am pleased to say that all of those feelings resonate true in this remake. The bottom line here is that Demon's Souls was a great game on the PS3, and it's a great game still on the PS5 as well. It is everything we could ask for in a modern day Demon's Souls, and in my opinion is the definitive version of the game.
Number 1.
It has been a long time coming for this game. About half of my life, in fact. After 13 years since Half-Life 2 Episode 2 left us with one of the biggest cliffhangers of all time, Valve finally released another Half-Life game. And it lived up to the hype. It really did. I bought a VR headset just for this game, and I would do it again. This game provided me with the most wow factor in a video game since Super Mario 64. It reminded me of why I first ever fell in this medium way back on the Super Nintendo in the first place. It made me proud to be a gamer. Half-Life Alyx to me is a true glimpse into the future of what video games have in store for us. It was my first true next-gen moment. And while I know VR is not without its faults, it is constantly improving at an exponential rate. And it is partly to do because Valve was willing to take the time and effort to craft this wonderful game with the sole intent of pushing the medium forward. Well, there you have it. Those are our top games of 2020. What did you think of our list? Let us know down in the comments how wrong we were, and let us know what your favorite games of 2020 were. Thanks for watching.